Alright, so one of the other most common animation techniques of using text is animating the scale. Now, as I mentioned before, there are two ways you can animate the scale of the text. You can animate it here in the transform area, or you can animate it over here using the character menu. So first, let's get rid of all the stuff we were doing. I'm just going to click the stopwatch off. See, it's off, so now it gets rid of all the animation we just did there, but this is still over here. So let me just move that back, shift click, move that text back here. So first we need to animate the scale. So it's pretty simple. We have scale right here, and let's animate it. Let's move the timeline back. Let's hit the stopwatch. And let's start it off really, really small. Let's shrink it. But when we shrink it, it's shrinking over here, and it's not shrinking towards the center. Well, we want it to come up right through the center and not have it come shrinking down here. And this is a common problem people have when they're working with the transform area, but it's one that can be fixed really easily. So let's Command Z and take that back. And let's go up to anchor point here. And anchor point is kind of like the door hinge for the door. Think of this as the door, and this is the door hinge. It's just going to go towards the place where it originates, and this is where it's originating. If we go down to the anchor point settings here, we don't have to animate anything, we just need to move it. So let's take it on the x-axis and let's move it. And as you can see, the whole text layer is moving. Now the anchor point, you can see right under the E, is moving right towards the center. Okay, it's right in the center of the text, so we need to put it right in the middle. So let's move it up. Okay, now it's right in the middle of the text, which is good. That's where we want it. But now our text is completely moved. And that's okay. We can just move the position really quick. Move it right back over using the position coordinates there. Okay, so now it's back where we want it, and the anchor point is where we want it. Perfect. So now we can continue animating the scale. We already have one keyframe there, and we already have this stopwatch click, so we are animating. So we want it to start way, way in the distance where you can't see it. So let's take the scale and let's just shrink it. Animate it all the way down to 0. Okay, so now it's at 0 where you can't even see it. So now we're starting it at nothing. The scale's at nothing. And let's move it, let's say 10 seconds. It's at 10 seconds on the time code. And let's take the scale, let's just type in 100. Bring it back up to its normal size. So there it is. Actually, it's kind of small. Let's make it a little bigger. So now we have something animated. We have two keyframes, and we have something that's changing over time. So let's move the playhead back to start and press the space bar to play. And there it is. It's like it's zooming towards you, even though all we did was animate the scale. I mean, this might seem pretty basic and, kind of boring, but just knowing some of these principles of animating the layer can really teach you to do some more complicated techniques. And, these techniques are used in film and TV shows to this day.